Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast, the JK podcast. I'm Jim,
I'm Yavo. We're both adults, I'm told.
and don't click off of this video yet if you're wondering what the hell is going on with the hat. I did give Yavo a choice before recording. Should I do the sombrero as I usually have? But instead, I'm going with a taco hat. And I won this taco hat recently because I had some military personnel that thought that they could eat tacos, hard tacos, faster than I could. And of course, they found out wrong. So not only did I get a taco hat as a reward for winning that competition, it was actually four Air Force airmen taking me on, and I destroyed them all. And I now have a trophy and this hat. So this is a taco hat, not a banana, but a taco hat that I'm wearing.
I mean, it was the Air Force, though, so yeah.
Are you saying that I could have took on four Marines and lost?
I mean, yeah, I don't think you could beat like most random. The barracks be real. Taco Bell goes to the barracks, and the Taco Bell truck is empty. Like we eat the gut truck out like nobody's business.
Well, yeah, well, maybe
Yeah,
next time I'm
let's
in
make this
Florida.
empty.
I'm in Florida in May. I say you and I go head to head in a hard taco eating contest.
I mean, I will eat till I vomit out of spite, but actually, I mean, didn't you and I went to a Taco Bell and they were like,
And you've
we went
witnessed firsthand how much food I could put away.
you got a family meal and it was like
You can stick
for
with the
himself.
you can still get the boxes of the hard and soft tacos, the 10 or 20 packs.
Yeah, because Brianna got her
How many did you eat?
I think I
yourself.
ate eight hard tacos.
8.
The
Eight?
race was to five. So the way
I
it
tried.
worked was there was five of us, and we each had four tacos in front of us with a pile of our fifth tacos in the middle. So whoever got the five tacos first by speed was the winner, and then you could keep eating tacos to further embarrass and humiliate your opponent. So I ate eight.
Now, were these tacos like okay, like a generic Taco Bell soft taco as a
No, they were
metric?
hard tacos.
Okay, a hard Taco Bell taco as a metric. How many of those tacos would equal one of your tacos?
I mean, no, that's what we were eating. We were eating Taco Bell tacos.
Oh well, hell then, yeah, I could take you.
You can
All right.
take me. Okay. The
I'll take that
match,
back.
we will live stream it
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
in May.
Well, so hard taco.
yes.
you want to not eat 3 days before a taco contest and then live stream a?
Woo. 3 days.
I'm gonna not eat like 2 days before you show up, just so I eat like 14, 15 tacos
I could do that.
First bite, I could
out of
and
spite.
do for
Yeah, I can do
How
it out of
fast do I have
spite.
to eat those?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
we'll do that in May when
It's
I'm
like it's
down
like
in Florida. But Yavo, there's something more pressing we got to talk about here because
yeah.
right now we
I think
could
that
have been multimillionaires. And I want you to tell the internet the story how you felt us.
Well, just so I've said, in this moment, I'm contemplating how I'm gonna whoop you in a taco contest because I'm gonna take that hat. Um, but yeah, this so when the Trump coin got launched, I had an opportunity to buy it when it was in its first couple of seconds of coming out. And if I would have dumped, I don't know, 50, 100 bucks into it, I think you actually did the math of what it would have came out to, but we would have been sitting on like $2.8 million by the
Well,
time I
well,
got out
well,
of
hold
trips on
on. Was it
Sunday.
at 2 cents or 002?
It was at like
what is it?
I think it was like 004 by the time I looked at it or something.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Yavo's correct. So even at 100, between 100 and $1,000, so it's not just Yavo's fault. My wife actually, Michelle, had tried to tell me days before that, hey, the Trump coin is probably going to go big. Are you planning? I was like, yeah. Yavo's probably got it covered because me and Yavo just talked about our crypto project where we're buying all these long shots. And the last thing Yavo had told me is he was trying to play both the Republican side of these coins and the Democratic side of these coins. I was like, ah, Yavo's got it. I'm sure he'll throw 50 to 100 bucks in the Trump coin. And he didn't. And that's still my fault
I was
because at that
making
time I
waffles.
should have just threw $1,000 into it and it would have been about 3.8 million at its high. So we could talk the woulda, woulda, coulda, shouldas all day
Waffles.
long. But
The
Yavo,
reason, the
you
reason that
failed
I
us.
didn't buy at that moment was because I was making waffles.
You're making $0.5 million waffles.
And I was like, I'll come back to it. And then I got distracted because, you know, I have a 6-year-old in the house, so I'm blaming him. I'm blaming my children.
Could have been.
I'm just put
I'm
it all
gonna
on the
tell that
kids.
story at his
Put them
wedding.
under the bus.
Yeah, and because of that, I got distracted, and then I forgot. And then by the time I came back to it, it was like 2 days later, and Trump coin was already,
$70.
you know, it was already like, I think it was at the height, it was like 72, 74. But
It hit 77 on one platform. It was 75 to 76 on 9 out of 10 other platforms at its high.
yeah, it was like by the time I looked back on it, I was like, well, shit.
Could have been a
But-
millionaire. Yeah.
Like, what do you say? They were good waffles though. They were straight from my freezer. You know,
You can even make them.
they were good. They were good frozen waffles. I had in the
So
toaster.
fire.
Yeah.
Was these Waffles Eggos?
Nobody's got money for name brand. I'm not.
Costco Eggo.
I had
Costco
great
waffles.
value Walmart brand. That's all I had, man.
Had you and only invested in the coin, you could have upgraded from the Great Value brand to like Eggos.
Yep.
And that's why I drink wine mostly from a box. But today I got gifted.
Screw top.
So I don't. Is it called screw top?
No, it's,
No, it's really neat. Even
It's fancy. It's fancier wine than a box, so it's fancy wine.
Speaking of being gifted,
I'm making little steps. I thank you for the.
You're welcome.
speaking of being gifted things, Yavo, didn't you recently get a box with a special gift in it for you?
With a pigeon. You sent me a pigeon from Kuwait.
I sent them a pigeon.
Hey.
He sent me a you know like a wind up toy.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a pigeon, and you put it down, and it goes chuck chuck chuck, and my cat jumped over the table and attacked it. So I don't have it in this mo. I'd have to go look for it in the house. I don't know where the cat put it, but I'm not allowed to have that. I get meowed at every time I try to pick it up now.
Hmm.
Yeah, cats are mean.
they get what they want to.
I think cats, like owning a cat is like, hey, do you want to own something that mildly tolerates your existence? Get a cat.
No, I have a wife.
Yeah, right.
So Yavo, I'm sorry I've been rude so far, not acknowledging you have a guest there in the background with you. Can you introduce your guest?
Hello, my name is Scott.
All right, Scott. What do you do?
I do HVAC for multifamily new construction.
Oh, okay. You know, in a few months, there's going to be a lot of demand for you in California, just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, because
Nuts.
they're a little hot at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hot there right now. So,
I'm okay for right now. Thank you, though.
so Yavo, I hear that our one fan and follower, your mom, is going to be our guest next Sunday. Is this true?
You know, I'm not sure she's ever seen more than the one episode that we sent her. And I think she might have watched that out of spite. But maybe she told me that she will put it on her calendar for next Sunday. So
But you have to send her the time.
but I gotta send her. I have to text her the time. So if
Okay.
you're watching this,
So is
2
this the right
Eastern
time?
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
2 p.m. Eastern.
call
I'll create the invite. So Yava's mom on the next podcast. So I think I'm going to give me a nice haircut. I'm going to look nice for this one.
She can tell us about all the fancy food at the Porsche place with the fancy Porsche people.
All right, so we'll make it a posh episode. Everything luxurious.
I can't even make that shit up. I was like with the Porsche with the fancy stuff, but don't worry, you know, the fire is for those people up the road, as it was said. I was like, what? So
I take it there's no hot dogs or hamburgers at that event.
I was asking, I was like, is there caviar? Like,
Some good old American food.
I asked if like anybody can go to the event. She's like, nah, because
No, just
it's you have to be a member of the club or it's like a members only. I was like,
you just have to be Paul.
I didn't know you could be members of like
Do
a
you need a
Porsche club.
jacket?
Dude,
Yeah.
does Porsche make jacket?
Hey, no. The members only.
The members
Oh, the
only
members.
jackets.
Oh man, okay. I was born in '91. That's my
Oh, I
rebuttal.
forgot. Right. I forgot I could be your.
I left my diapers over here in the fridge on. This is what happened.
How old is your mom?
I have no idea. She turns 29 every year.
Oh.
So
So Yavo, let's talk about our first shameless plug of the podcast this episode. What do you got that you want to
Um,
plug? Didn't you just
okay,
release a book
I got the
recently?
famous part that made me laugh. So recently, because for my job, I have to maintain a security clearance. Cool story, right? So I released a book teaching people how to make LoRa mesh-tastic radios. I'm like one of two authors in the whole world at this point that have written a book teaching people step by step how to build their own mesh-tastic LoRa radios because it's encrypted, and the FBI posts a thing every couple of months, things they're worried about. It's like drones, mesh-tastic, and then the third thing might switch every couple of months. But the point is, the U.S. government is like, hey, we have an interest in keeping an eye on, drone technology and mesh-tastic technology because it's an encrypted radio, like encrypted cell phones. Or think of it like you're making your own cell phone tower in a mesh network with mesh radios. And because everything is encrypted, it's kind of like hard to stop, and they're really cheap to make.
So this
Uh,
is going to be this episode will very well may end up as FBI evidence in a case
yeah,
that they'll
exactly.
develop against you
Yeah,
eventually.
my very poor explanation, oversimplification of mesh-tastic radios. But what happened was, they went ahead. So I went ahead and I published a book teaching people how to build these super cool radios. And then, funny enough, like 3 weeks later, after I published that book, the FBI hits me up and they go, "Hey, we're gonna redo your clearance and just do another investigation background on you." And I had to redo the big piece of documentation for your clearance called your SF-86. So I had to redo that piece of paperwork, coincidentally, right after I published that book. So because I'm a giant child, and the government made me do a bunch of paperwork. I was like, it'd be really funny. Let's go ahead and make another mesh-tastic book, but this time it's going to be for kids, and I'm going to have a cartoon bald eagle with glasses teach kids how to make the radios. Because what's more fun than making an encrypted radio that the government's kind of concerned about? Teaching kids how to make this encrypted radio that the government's kind of concerned about.
You should
And I
make the
thought that
newer
was funny.
version an appendix for the anarchist cookbook.
Mixing gunpowders with encrypted radio, I think, might be a step too far. But I mean, remember, kids. No, actually, I think you have to be 18 to buy tannerite down at the local, Bass Pro Shop, right?
Rule King's got it.
Yeah, if you go down to Rural King, if you're 18 and above, have your parents buy it.
Yeah.
That's a very quick way to end up on a watch list for sure. Like,
Well, you're already on the watch list, so
oh, I had to redo my freaking SF-86 like a
all for
couple of
the
days after
children.
publishing
Yavo's
the
all
book.
about the
So yeah.
children. So if Yavo gives me the link to that newest book, I'll put it in the description below, so you don't have to do the Google search and end up on a government watch list. You can just go right to the link.
And I know all the anarchist cookbook people like that book because the Mesh-tastic book, the first one I published, it made Amazon's like top 10 in computer engineering and stuff for like the first couple of days it was out.
Ooh,
I'm like, I'm on #1 charts and stuff like that. And then my
that's cool.
phone started ringing with Uncle Sam being like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I made walkie-talkies that text really cool." And they're like, "We're gonna investigate you. You're on a list. You're on a list." I'm like, "All right."
You're already on that list. So.
Yeah, now I'm definitely on the list. So I'm on a
Hmm.
list.
That's my wife's goal.
And this
I'm
guy
on-
is a pilot that flies small aircraft. So if the government's watching this,
I'm gonna start taking my mesh-tastic radios and start putting them in my airplanes so I can have a farther range to talk and text. It'd be really cool. It'd be having like a mobile cell phone tower that can drive around and communicate and connect people in disaster zones and do relief efforts and stuff. It would be really cool.
yeah, I think FEMA's going to want to talk to you too. Homeland Security would be in touch.
You could totally hook them to like a drone swarm and then like deploy like a bunch of cell phone towers using these mesh-tastic, mesh LoRa radios and deploy a drone swarm so you can instantly pop up and set up your own cellular tower network in any kind of environment, even after a hurricane. It'd be really cool.
Speaking of drones, what do you think about this? Now they're saying there's reports again of the drones in the sky in the Northeast again. What is your thoughts on these drones, Java?
Man, those drones don't seem to show up where people got shotguns. I'm just saying, like, if it's in a blue state and nobody's got guns, these drones seem to be everywhere. But meanwhile, down in the South, you don't seem to see these drones everywhere.
Hmm. Do
I
you
mean,
think that there are drones or somebody else's drones?
It might be.
it might magically be on the ground, you know?
I have bird bombs.
Yeah.
So,
For
so
myself.
Yavo, what's your opinion? Do you think they're U.S. drones or some other countries?
Well, I mean, as we've clearly established, birds are not real, which is one of my favorite conspiracy theories. It's a fantastic one. So because birds aren't real and all birds are drones, this program has probably been running since Jesus invented the 22, the Remington 22, and to help fight the dinosaurs. This program's probably been around for a really long time.
Hmm. Hmm. Have you seen Kung Fury?
What was it?
What?
Kung
Kung
Fury
Fury.
is a really old school. Yes, I've seen it.
Okay. When you mention guns and dinosaurs, that's what I think about as Kung Fury. So you're saying Kung Fury might as well be a documentary.
I think Idiocracy is going to be a documentary on the future here pretty soon if it hasn't already.
It is actually, it is already. So
There
there's
we
a
go.
little fact about the movie is that
There's another documentary. 100% true.
when the costume
That's
designers and the people were trying to figure out what people in the dumb future would be wearing, they just said, "Hey, let's pick this shoe. There's no name, no one knows about this shoe company, but these shoes look purely dumb and retarded." And I guess I can say retarded because we're getting rid of DEI. But the
If I
shoes
piss off any
were
Skittle hair people, you can let them know they can go fuck themselves. I mean, they're probably already doing it anyway.
so the shoes they picked for the film Idiocracy was like the stupidest shoes they could think of to make the cast wear. Do you know what those shoes are?
Yeah, the Crocs.
They were Crocs, and now they're like super popular, very expensive now, very pricey, and they're everywhere. So we're
You
freaking
know the
Crocs.
inventor of the
So
Crocs?
that has come to pass.
The company that invented the Crocs, a guy made a video about the history of how they're retarded, and Crocs replied back to that video by sending him a couple of free pairs of Crocs. And the dude made another video, and he's like, "I'm not even mad. That's like the best comeback." Because Crocs, like, yeah, we know,
Absolutely.
we're just rocking it.
And then they just threw Kanye West out there making shoes.
I mean,
Even uglier.
Crocs does not pretend to be anything that they are not. Crocs are Crocs.
Hey, and they're making the money, right?
Yeah, like I want to be mad, but I mean, like,
That's capitalism.
They make other shoes though, besides those ugly ones.
and every time I look at crypto,
That
like
sister
what
wears Crocs all the time.
Fart Coin was
Yeah,
the
well-
crypto coin that made a bunch of people rich.
Yep.
It's like it doesn't matter how dumb it is,
I still believe in
people
that
will
coin.
always be dumber.
It's gonna resurge. I believe in that
What?
coin. Fart coin. I believe in it. I do.
What about Butthole Coin? That's another one just came out too.
The butthole and the fart. I'm with it.
Butthole in the Fart Coin. You hear it here?
Yavo, did you buy Butthole Coin?
It was already like $2 now.
Well,
It needs to have more zeros. I mean, more of a long shot. I need to invest in the underdogs. So
Yavo, we've now gone into what, 4 weeks?
$2 million.
Almost 4 weeks, right?
Oh, it already did.
Oh, did?
Yeah.
Shit.
And Trump coin dropped.
I know that, but I was
Yeah, because
gonna
Melania
say
put one
buy
out.
me fart coin because I was ready for it.
It was always going to drop.
True.
Well,
So
yeah, he
Yavo,
made.
how many weeks now are we into our crypto project?
Say what?
How many weeks are we into this crypto project? About 3 weeks now?
We're about 3 weeks in, and I think I've lost a bunch of your money. Yeah, I don't know why you keep sending me money. It's a horrible idea.
Can we make our own coin? Like,
In fact, anybody, that's what we're doing next. We're going to be making our own coin,
Black sheep coin.
and
Black sheep.
whatever coin we make, God help it, and the souls of whoever puts money into it.
Hashtag winning.
Black sheep
That's
core.
the name of the coin.
Black sheep core.
Black sheep core.
Black Sheep Core.
No. Hashtag winning.
So just so everybody that's watching this video, there's some confusion. There's another person speaking. They're off camera. They're not on camera as a
I'm
guest.
sorry.
So just yeah, there's a lot of crosstalk there, and just making sure people watching this video for the podcast doesn't get confused. Like, who else is speaking?
I'm Scott's fat wife who didn't want to be on camera. But my name is Tisha.
Can we see you?
So that's Tisha, everybody. So Yavo,
That's a stand
So
like right here.
So we're start.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So Yavo, you let a little bit of the cat out the bag. So let's go ahead and let people know that would watch this video just for posterity. What the plan is, and the name of the coin that we're going to be launching soon.
Okay, so let's see the name of the coin. I think we're gonna do crypto ass hats, and
That's good.
it's gonna be. I mean, honestly, people putting money into crypto ass hat. People put money into fart coin. I have no idea what's gonna happen with this coin. I'm gonna be the one making it, so God help me try to figure out how this is supposed to work. And anybody who, I mean, it would be really, really funny if this thing accidentally takes off, because I have an agreement with you that if this thing takes off and, a year from now we're sitting in a Lamborghini or something, or some kind of expensive car, I'm going to have to put the decal of like fart coin or whatever on whatever expensive toy that I buy, probably an airplane.
Yes, you're going to have to put crypto ass hats on.
I mean, it just
We're
sounds,
proud.
it sounds like an embarrassing thing. It just, I'm honestly,
Unless you're a millionaire. And
yeah,
that's
but
cool.
begrudging, I don't know. Like, this is begrudgingly, we'll see where it goes. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I know that I've been, against my will, I've been coerced into creating a coin, and it's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen to it. And if people got rich off of doing it, that'd be some shit.
You can do the
I
flute.
have one question. Does his wife think that's a good idea? Because she's a genius.
Whose wife?
My wife?
His wife.
Yours.
Michelle is 110% behind everything I do.
Then it's going to be a giant success, because all the stories I have heard about your wife are that she is an amazing rock star, balls on accurate kind of gal.
Well,
I don't know what's going
I'm
on.
the one that's got the 217 IQ. So hopefully we're going to do something special in the next 3.5 weeks.
217, really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm 217.
That's it. That's
I should
exciting.
probably do an IQ test just so I can say I'm a solid 12. Solid 12.
Yavo once took a test. I had taken a test to help another common friend of ours pass a test, right? And so I didn't need the test, but I took it. I scored like an 830 or something like that. It was pretty high, right? And then his friend went and took it, and he scored pretty decent. And then Yavo went to go take it, thinking he was just going to cakewalk this thing. Barely passed the thing. But I did get a 3D printed trophy for it, a little purple
That's awesome.
book
Did you
trophy.
print your own trophy? That's the best.
I 3D printed his trophy because he got the highest score in the office. And then because I'm a spiteful dick, I took a lighter and I put scorch marks all over the side of the trophy.
It actually made it
I
look cooler.
I still think he cheated.
I had 143 IQ. I thought that was pretty good.
So Yavo, since we're talking about 3D printing, I know you had 3D printed me a Buddy Christ. Did you mail that yet?
I think I did. I have no idea.
Is it Bunny Christ?
Buddy Christ, like
Buddy?
Jesus going like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So it's been mailed, and when it shows up in the mail, I hope it appears behind you.
It will. It will go right there.
As an order. In other news, completely unrelated to this podcast, I'm sure the 4 people who watch this, the Chinaman in both of our phones, the FBI man in both of our phones, my mom who watches this podcast, and then like that weird 12-year-old with insomnia. And if you're that weird 12-year-old with insomnia at 3 o'clock in the morning, kid, go to bed.
Right. Get some sleep.
Yeah.
We mean weird in the best way.
I know, like that kid hey, NyQuil's the $7 babysitter, and you're the baby. Take it,
Night
go to
juice.
bed. See you in the morning.
Flash.
Right? Do you say good night juice or good night juice?
I said night juice.
Oh, okay. Don't make the Jews mad. They got the hat that lets them control the weather. Yeah. I wish I had magic powers. So my daughter got her driver's license. That's what I was leading into. It's unrelated to anything in this podcast. But for the 4 or 5 people who watch this podcast, my daughter just got her driver's license. She is not allowed to use the driver's license until she passes her FAA written. and she is scoring consistently in like the 80s. So Cheyenne, if you're watching this, I'm proud of you. And when
So
she's scoring in the 90s, she can go take her test. She can pass her FA written, and then she already has a pair of car keys, and she got her license.
Is
Have
it
that
a full operator's license or is it a
so wait,
restricted?
for the airplane or the car.
So
Yeah,
she
she's a
is.
I mean,
Yeah, we spent the last year doing all the night school and drive school and getting all the hours and stuff, so that when she turned 16 on her birthday, she meets all the criteria for a full license.
Nice.
wow.
Wow.
Thought about it a year in advance.
Of course you do.
No, Jen did.
Full license, no learner's permit, just right.
She had the learner's permit for the last year because in Florida, you can do all the process when you're 15 and then when you're 16. But most people don't do all that stuff when they're 15. So they got to spend like from 16 to 17, they have to do all that stuff in Florida.
My license at 16.
Yeah.
I took driver's ed in high school, but I already had my learner's permit, but it all worked out anyway.
So how much is that insurance bump going to be once she's added to the official policy?
I was
27.
as quick as I could.
Yeah, you hear that FBI man on my phone? I was a 14-year-old kid driving around in a Volkswagen bus.
Allegedly. So,
Allegedly.
hey, what's the insurance bump looking at approximately to add her to the policy? Because different states have different higher rates for young teen drivers.
Yeah, I mean everything that I've said on this entire podcast has all been a lie. So
I think the statute of limitations is run out.
So Yavo, what's the insurance looking like?
in the area, so he could have pulled me over. What?
What's the insurance hike going to be when she's added to the policy?
Oh, it doesn't. I don't even have to add her to the policy. Once the insurance companies found out she turned 16, they jacked up my rates without me saying nothing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I'm paying it regardless if she drives or not. So right now, because she is not allowed to get a license until she passes her FA written, I am paying a higher insurance premium despite still having to drive people around, like my son jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, because she has not passed that test. So I'm literally paying thousands of dollars just out of principle right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome to fatherhood.
Yeah, it sucks. It's terrible. It's terrible.
0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Kids are expensive.
I tell you, the most expensive car insurance I had was on my C8. I think I was paying $700 a month in car insurance. I think it was about $700 a month.
So when are you getting a new one?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna wait till Thailand. I think once I'm in Phuket, I'll get I'll get one of the new vets. The was it not the the R1?
Airplanes are cheaper than that car, right?
I don't want to fly airplanes, Java.
You can get an old Cessna. You can go fly a plane. You can do it.
I have no desires to fly a plane. I'll do a motorcycle before I do a plane.
That's how. See, motorcycle sounds scary, and I'm scared of heights. I will not get on a ladder, but airplanes are fine. Yeah, getting on the little step stool to fill the gas at the top of the wing. Scariest thing you'll ever do. I've fallen off that ladder like 3 times.
Get a better ladder.
I did get better ladders. They all like ran away from me.
Well, hire somebody to do it, you cheap ass.
That costs money. I don't have money. I'm trying to be in an
But you
airplane.
could have had the money if you invested in Trump coin.
Come help you.
What do you say?
What?
You could have had the money if you would have invested in Trump coin.
That's gonna be on my fucking tombstone. It's gonna be could have been flying an airplane sooner if I did, more Trump coin. But honestly, my shameless plug is I made a new book for to teach kids about encrypted radios that scare the government. So if a bunch of kids start building encrypted radios that scare the government, maybe I'll be able to afford an airplane, by teaching kids to build radios.
I think the EMP one really could go.
Well, hopefully those waffles are really, really good. The best waffles you've ever had. But I believe in 3.5 weeks we will be upgrading you from great value to name brand.
What?
I said I believe in the next 3.5 weeks we're going to upgrade you from the great value to some premium brands.
No, no, I'm gonna die penniless regardless of what I do.
Lies.
And if anyone invests in my cryptocurrency and we all get rich together, I'm gonna be standing in a room confused with a bunch of other people who got rich off of something that I thought was a joke. And I'll be like, how the fuck did this happen? What are y'all doing?
Yavo, all I'm going to say to that is if you look at all of the meme coins at their market caps,
The bullshit coin that I make?
Yeah.
all I'm going to say, Yavo, is all the market caps of all the meme coins, if you look at them, they're in hundreds of millions, from 50 million to hundreds of millions to even a billion in valuation. That's all I'm going to say.
See?
Yeah, I saw this morning that one of the coin let them cook, and let me tell you something, bro. The coin's name's literally let me tell you something, bro. It's at like millions and like
I would
20
buy
plus
that.
$1 million. I'm like, who the fuck? It's a Ponzi scheme. This is a
It's all right, as long as you're
cryptocurrency
burning
is
Madoff.
bullshit.
Yeah, you got.
I don't know how y'all making money off this.
You gotta get in the Bernie bracket, and then it's fine.
I'm gonna make a coin called I don't believe this.
And
I'm
it
gonna
might just make money, Yavo.
That's what the coin's gonna be. It's gonna be I don't believe this. That way, no matter if it fails, I'm right. If it succeeds, I still
dude.
fucking
Make a
Crypto
coin, Yavo, that's I can't believe it's not butter, because technically the brand can't believe it's not butter did not specify what it was. It just said they can't believe it's not butter. So technically it could have applied to anything. So why not make a meme coin that says I can't believe it's not butter?
spray.
But spell it Buttah, please.
No,
But
you spell it the same way as they do.
but
I like it.
Sure.
And I have the lid, and the icon will be the little lid of the.
No.
on top
The
of that,
name is with a question mark instead of an exclamation point, and then it's your own brand.
can't believe it's not butter.
Crypto for Dummies.
I'm gonna
That's
get
the next
sued.
coin name.
I'm gonna get sued. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna make a coin, and then Disney, Mickey Mouse is gonna come after me. That's what's gonna happen.
Why?
Oh, because Mickey Mouse lost their copyright for something. I thought it was
Steamboat
funny.
Mickey.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Because it's over 100 years old.
It's not
just
So
100.
70-year life of creator plus 70 years. It hit the 70-year mark. So per U.S. copyright law, it is now in the public domain. Steamboat
Yeah.
Mickey and his likeness can be used. So there's a studio that's got a horror movie coming out based on a Steamboat Mickey. And there's a lot of other projects, art projects around Steamboat Mickey. So
Is Winnie the Pooh too, I think, right?
yes, Winnie the Pooh was also about a year ago. So a lot of things every year. There's a tracker where people are tracking intellectual properties that are entering the public domain, and so there's a lot of sites where you can follow that. So hey, Yavo, we're gonna have to wrap up soon because I do have something else I got to do this evening. So I'm gonna give you the last word and the last shameful plug. So what do you got to plug, other than that Mestasha book, which the Homeland Security is watching you?
Damn it.
That's all I got. Yavoz.org.
Yavos.org. What will people see at Yavos.org?
I'm sorry I derailed y'all.
How to make scary radios that scare the government. You're welcome.
Scare the government. All right, Yavo. Well, thanks to Yavo's guests for joining us on this podcast, and we will see you soon. And we will have Yavo's mom as a guest on this podcast. So keep watching.
Low expectations.